Okay, perfect. So now what we do is return back to the document that we had downloaded, the programmer's guide to ARMv8-A, and then let's just kind of browse through it as to what kind of information it has for us. So what I've done here is, on the left side, opened up the table of contents, right? And if we scroll down below, it's also listed here. And then there are a few things that are of interest to us. And what would they be? So we are wanting to take a look at, these three things here, and then also the special registers in the system register and the processor state, right? And pretty much, if you look at this here, the topic chapter number 4 that talks about the registers, right? And recall that a programmer's model is nothing but registers, bunch of registers that change with how the CPU behaves, right? So we are going to take a look at these, and we are only going to take a look at those in ways that kind of, can ease us into learning more about the CPU. Going through all of this in 1 hour is not possible. But what I can do is introduce those to you and install like a way to think about these, and then you can further explore the document. And one other thing that we are doing is creating like a full-blown course on how to go about programming these CPUs from scratch, which I believe doesn't exist on the internet. Uh, it's not easy to find essentially. All right, so back to our topic here. So what we are going to do is we're going to take a look at this document, and it talks about instruction set, the exception handling, caching, memory management, memory ordering, so on and so forth, right? So everything that a programmer needs to know to work with the CPU essentially. So we are going to scroll down until we find like a nice diagram, and then kind of start our journey from that diagram. All right. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is our kind of just revisit the discussion on architecture and microarchitecture. So if you notice here, what's happening is they're talking about two processors here. One is the A53 and A57. So you can think of these as two bicycles created by following the same architecture document. But now what you'll notice is their features are different, right? For example, the execution order, one is in order, one is out of order, speculative, right? And superscalar. Then number of cores is like pretty much the same. Their peak performance is different. Then, okay, pipeline stages are different, right? So this then should convince you that these are two different bicycles implementing the same specification, achieving the same effect, which is move a person from one place to another. Um, but the way they are designed, the handlebars, the seat, the gear system, and all of that, that is different. So these are called microarchitectures, and the V8 architecture is, so to speak, the specification, right? So hopefully this again hammers home the point about what an architecture is and what microarchitecture is. So, and we are not going to study particular microarchitecture. We'll just understand that any architecture, like, or any microarchitecture, how can the programmer think about it? Because as seen from the programmer, things should stay the same. The CPU should look the same. It can, like, a bicycle is a bicycle. It should remain the same as seen by the writer. Few things change here and there, but those are like the configurations, right? All right, so now we're going to follow through this one chapter, which is fundamentals of ARMv8. And this will give us enough fodder to kind of, be able to understand the CPU on our own. And let's take that up in the next video.